Is Kendrick Lamar the greatest rapper of all time, the GOAT? We're talking about this objective truth that seems to be within the game. This conversation of like, no, but he's the GOAT. We know he's in the conversation. He became in the conversation, right? Like within the last, for everyone, within the last 2 years. He was in the conversation before for anybody who actually knows anything, but he was in the conversation for the last 2 years where it's like everyone's going to say is okay with him being in a top five. That means you could be one. When someone's okay to be in the top five, you could be a one. But we're talking about like, no, 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 no. There was a point where we were just like Jay-Z's the GOAT within the culture. Obviously, Biggie, there was his point in Tupac. That whole situation after their untimely death, people were saying they were the GOATs, and that when we were accepting of that. This time right now is the first time since Jay-Z where it's kind of like we're just accepting this because he has every single component of every GOAT before him. He has all of the achievements, the critical part, the fan base, and it's hard for me to accept anyone who doesn't see this within this culture. Because I'm talking about all this other shit, people talking favorites and outside. Within this culture, being like, this nigga is the GOAT. Like, there's nothing else. What are you supposed to do? I just saw a video of him playing Family Ties in 7,000 different countries and people going insane. And I'm like, this is the nigga that made To Pimp a Butterfly. Like this global superstar made To Pimp a Butterfly. Go fuck yourself and whatever rapper you're talking about. It doesn't make any sense. It's like what are you gonna say? I love Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. He was my GOAT for so long. I don't give a damn about any album when it comes to Kendrick's best. When I think about his best and his best work in his whole career, I can't like put them together. But my history with Jay-Z makes me have a different type of affinity of it because I can place my childhood in it. But when I think about it critically, I'm like, come on now. Like Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly, GNX, and Mr. Morale. And Mr. Morale's kind of like my least favorite. And I love that album. And I think about Jay-Z's top albums, and I'm like, yeah, he's got classic albums, but what the fuck is this nigga talking about on fucking volume 2? Like, what are you really talking about? Money, cash, hoes, money, cash, hoes. Like, what are you really talking about? As a grown man,
really, we're dissing the guy on his pop joint, really?
Okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. His Kendrick's pop joint won a Pulitzer.
Talking about the crack epidemic, shooting his brother. His mother is gay. His own feelings about his father leaving. Like, let's not act like Jay-Z's just a pop rapper and he doesn't talk about shit. Like,
I'm not saying that. Jay-Z obviously has depth, and my favorite album from him is 444 and Reasonable Doubt. These are very deep albums. Both of those albums, my favorite albums.
Do you want to hold that opinion? Hold on. Do you want to hold that opinion? Do you want to hold that opinion until Drake drops 666?
Curtis, who's your number one all time?
No, I'm sorry. I railroad his point. I'm sorry. You were making a point. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, we'll get into that. That's.
I feel like I called that.
Popular shit. I want you to talk to both of y'all to speak to this and definitely hear your opinion. Who's the best, or the GOAT? When it comes to your popular music and you making popular music, right, there's no one with the same level and weight of credibility as Kendrick Lamar when he decides to make a pop joint. His pop album is Damn. It's an album you can play forward and backwards, and it deals with like his religious beliefs and the idea of how, what would he be if he wasn't here. That is one of the deepest albums and craziest conceptual albums ever, and that's his pop shit. That's his pop album. So when you think of Jay-Z's pop album, we can't, like, where's the comparison? That's why I think he edges everyone else, because he's still credible when he's pop. That's why I give him more. But go ahead, y'all talk.
When I think about GOAT conversations, I immediately get into the sports category and how those kind of play out, especially you talk about folks who say, oh, Jordan versus LeBron or Kobe versus, and the arguments that they make. inevitably gets towards the latter part of their career and how they kind of landed that part of their career in order to really define that. Because, you know, if you're in the right position, you can have a pretty decent start with the right machine and the right team behind you. But how you follow up with that sophomore album, how you reinvent yourself from project to project, that becomes a different type of conversation. That's where I think a lot of people have, you know, LeBron as their GOAT because of just pure longevity and the stats that he's been able to rack up. Some people you can't get off the mountain of Jordan. I'm going to say it like this. If we're just talking about pure rap stats, right? Because to me, it's hard to put him over Jay-Z if Jay-Z's putting him in position to be, you know, at the Super Bowl. To me, that shows that he is in a position to give someone else that opportunity, right? To have a moment. That's a pretty damn powerful position to be in. But if we're talking about just pure rap stats, discography, awards, feature work, diversity amongst the catalog, his rapping abilities, anybody you bring up, that's going to be that's a hard conversation to bring somebody that checks more boxes than him right now and has had a run like the one we've seen over the last 2 years after having a successful career. At this latter part of his career, I have to try to separate the fact that I've never seen this before from does that bring enough to the conversation of calling somebody the GOAT, or are we just hyper focused on this incredible run since the battle, right? But I say all that to say that it's a combination of many different careers in one. Same way when I think about Kobe being number 8 and then being number 24. Those are 2 different Hall of Fame careers. So when I'm thinking about and I've given this conversation a lot of thought this year, and I'm like, what other categories can you, like someone here earlier said delivery. I'm like, well, that could be your opinion. That could be your preference. But man, who else has done it like this in every category?
Exactly. So let's break that down. And Doomer puts it to a great question. What is the criteria? Let's establish that. When we think about this GOAT criterion, we're thinking about this objective hip hop greatest of all time. We're thinking about his influence, his impact. We're thinking about their skill set, right? All right. So these are the 3 things that matter. So when we say impact, it's not just about popular music. I saw another person say that, which I don't agree with. He said, Leroy Green came in here, but I fuck with you because you were green like me. Leroy, we got to stop making pop arguments as if that skill in songwriting is included in hip hop. It is included in hip hop because it's songwriting. Yeah. I think that's very much included in it. It's just about songwriting, and to be able to be complex while have depth while being simple is important. So the criteria is those things: impact, influence, and skill. So because we care about skill as hip hop, we care about the influence and impact. And impact and influence are 2 different things.
Can I bring one to this? Just one thing to think about. Just one thing before I forget. Okay. I will say there's an argument for, has he changed the sound of music? Recently, I've seen him change
impact,
right, because of the success of GNX. But has he changed the sound of music, or has he always been kind of like operating in his own space and people don't even dare in that mainstream environment try to duplicate what he does? Unfortunately, I can make that argument for Drake, because when he started singing, a lot of people who couldn't sing thought they could sing too.
3,000% Drake has done that 10 times over.
I mean, I would say, did you innovate in a way that was beneficial to the genre? Is it better that a bunch of these niggas started singing? No, Drake led them astray like the Pied Piper. So, like, great. Sort of like, you know, Steph Curry got half the fucking 12-year-olds in the country want to shoot from the half-court line. You can't make it. Be fundamental.
Let me ask you guys this question. Do you guys think Tyler, the Creator, music is influential to people?
Yeah, of course.
To whom?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's influential to me, but like I can't.
No, like we're talking. Obviously, the criteria we're talking about influential to the culture and people duplicating it and being influenced by it. I want to say I'm making a case. I'm asking that question to you guys, and I'm going to make a case for why Kendrick's is, and show you the examples. But I just want to know if you feel like Tyler's is.
I feel like Kanye's more of that than Tyler is.
Hold on. Let me get in here for a second, right? Jesus Christ, niggas is talking so much. I think one of the core sports analogies for me in this conversation is a golf analogy where Jay-Z is semi-retired. We heard rumors that he might drop an album this year. I don't know. It will come out in the next 4 to 5 weeks because he's always an October, November guy. So if he does, then my long-term belief that he is retired is retired. But this is the longest break between albums in his career. So I think he quietly retired. He did not want the rocking chair shit. He did not want to go out. He just, I'm gonna go live my life and y'all chill, right? So Jay-Z is in the clubhouse of Augusta, and Kendrick is on hole 15 because he's still got a career to go. And he is trending toward going to be ahead of Jay-Z by hole 18 because the career is incredible. And the last 2 years is like birdie, he's fucking crushing it. So call me in 3 to 4 years and I'd be like, Jay-Z can no longer hold him off. But at this point, I'm still like, Jay did a lot of shit. He dropped a lot of hits. He dropped a lot of fucking amazing shit. I mean, like, technically, and I want to go through some of the shit that I have written about as far as the methodology for dealing with ranking MCs, but there's nothing that Kendrick can do that Jay-Z can't do. Before Kendrick came around,
yes, there is.
Jay-Z is leading the league all time in triple entendres. Kendrick may have passed him, but I don't know. Jay-Z triple entendre game was ridiculous.
You mean as a rapper? You mean as an MC or as a songwriter as well? You just mean MCing? Because that's a very different. Because writing choruses and writing songs, Kendrick is leaps beyond Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's not making a Pimp a Butterfly. That is not a Jay-Z album that can be made. Respectfully. Yeah. To Pimp a Butterfly by Jay-Z, but can Kendrick make 444 or In My Lifetime?
Yes, he did. Mr. Morales, his 444.
Or Reasonable Doubt. Like, and I love Reasonable Doubt. It's one of my favorite debuts by anybody. But
how many, I wrote this a long time ago, but how many albums has he released that, first of all, any metric that includes the opinion of white people in general is meaningless.
You don't want to keep bringing them niggas up. No one's talking about this.
No, I'm just saying in general. So we were talking about sales and shit like that. I don't give a fuck, right?
Oh, no. You can't look at, hold on, no. It doesn't matter if you, here's the thing you were talking about. Sales has nothing to do, when you're thinking about sales, you're thinking about the impact of a record. Because you could have not the hugest sales, but it could have impact and vice versa.
Sure.
So
yes.
when we say his biggest album is still something credible, that is a feat. You have to give that credit. That's hard to do, to make something that is commercially viable and easy for people to get, but it has the same depth as the rest of your music. You can't take Damn out and be like, oh, this is not intellectually as sound as the Pimp a Butterfly. And the fact that you can't do that is a feat. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's why that matters.
How many? I just wrote about this. Resume? How many albums has the MC released that the general hip hop community considers classics? How many times has the MC had the song of the moment, one that dominated culture from the clubs to the radio to your personal playlist? How many times has the MC dropped an unforgettable couplet that people repeated over and over and shot into your mind like a dumb bullet, exploding as deeper levels of comprehension dawned upon you? How many years has he been a relevant MC? Has his music aged well? The MC decathlon. 4 main areas: songs, stage performance, freestyles, the traditional meaning of the word, and battles, right? Battle rhymes are a special breed, right? Hold on, there's more.
Go ahead.
The MC microscope. When we get out the MC microscope, we look at voice, both literal and figurative, flow, lyrics, the ability to pick beats. Does his voice alone transmit confidence to the listener? Is his voice original, compelling, powerful, seductive, tasty, hypnotic? Has he innovated new facets of MCing? Can you dance to the bass line made by his flow? In his lyrics, does he coin original words and phrases Does he pick words that we don't normally hear in hip hop? Does he make words rhyme that don't really rhyme? Does he have an interesting vocabulary? Does he spit inventive metaphors, killer punchlines, clever slang, poetic wordplay, double and triple entendres? Does he have an original or interesting thoughts or stories to tell? Is he an interesting person? Which does not mean has he shot or been shot at. It means when he's on the mic, is he an interesting person to listen to? Does he have MC integrity in that? Do you feel like he's telling the truth about himself and his world? And there's another part about what doesn't count.
Now be careful, Torrey. Somebody about to turn that into a TikTok edit. Well, them fancy effects and transitions, and they're gonna use your voice as a voiceover, and they're gonna show every time that Kendrick did exactly what you described.
You described Kendrick Lamar basically with everything you said.
No. Kendrick is incredible, and I already said he is trending toward #1 all time. The question for me is it here now in 2025, even after his incredible period of which. When you name the albums, you don't even talk about Not Like Us, Euphoria, and that whole shit, because that's not an album shit. It's like MJ and LeBron in that it's very close, and they are both they're both doing a lot of the same things, and it's not easy to say that guy is way better than that guy. Jay-Z's depth, his flow, the things he's been talking about, for the growth of his career from I'm just a dude on the street who shot my brother to fucking, I cheated on my wife to I have Warhols on my wall and I want to talk about my mom coming out. Like the depth of his career is undeniable to me. I think that there is just an incredible mind talking about the war on drugs and the crack epidemic and the way that he lived through it, from the early shit when he's like, this is what I did, to like later shit when he's like overviewing it. This has been an incredible career. And if you say Kendrick won all time, I am with you. And in 2027, 28, after Kendrick's next album, I will probably be like, it's undeniable at this point. But Jay-Z's career has been incredible. And if you say I have Jay-Z #1 all time, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all.
I'm kind of mad in the fact that if he's actually retired, I think that when I could look at his career as a whole. And then I'm looking at Kendrick's career as a whole. I'm saying, like, come on, guys, like, what are we talking about? This is like what exactly is going on here? But let me show you my version of what you said in a very simplistic,
Right.
easy to get way for people to let me look for it right here. This right here, the universal rapper rating system.
See my flow, I take the ass to ransom. Know that I'm gone.
All right, so this rating system this guy has is trash.
Wait, pause. Wait.
Yeah.
Who that guy with the Meek Mill beard? What is really hood?
That's me, nigga. I've been had a beard.
Now you have mustache, no beard. Here you have beard. No
Yeah, because you know how many bald niggas walk around. You know how many bald niggas walk around with a beard? I'm tired of all these niggas looking like anytime I see a nigga in a green shirt with a beard, it looks like me. I was like, when the fuck was I there? I remember going to Fuddruckers. But anyways, let's just watch this shit. This right here is the perfect universal rapper rating system. It's a 10-point system, sort of like a FIFA, a Madden, or anything like that, with bonus points being classic albums. So, okay, so we're talking about technical ability, creativity, success.
Flow,
now, success is impact or success. We could change those words because people don't like the word success. But I think success matters. And here's why success matters, or impact, if you like to say. If we don't know you, nigga, how the fuck are we rating you? How are we gonna rate somebody we don't know?
But wait, show your list again. Let me see that again.
Yeah. It's excellent, actually. It's freaking perfect. Let me put it up again.
No, just what on the okay, this is great. Relevance, influence, consistency, variety, depth, uniqueness. I mean, with the exception of consistency, because Jay-Z album-wise is not consistent. What does he not get a 10 on out of all these? Right, he's.
I actually made a card of this shit. I wish I did. I put Jay-Z at it was Kendrick was a 98, and Jay-Z was like a 96 or some shit like that. And that's obviously the same, right? Those are but where does he not get a 10 at? In flow, Jay-Z, I would say Jay-Z is a 10. Complexity, you're getting a 10 with complexity. Versatility, I'm giving him not a 10.
How does Jay-Z
in his versatility of skill sets when it comes to his technical ability? He could rap. Jay-Z could rap pretty fast. You know, does he have different voice characters and inflections? Is he using his voice in a different way from a technical space? Do I feel it differently? Like when fucking Kendrick Lamar says something and he wants an emotion to be attached to it, there's little to no people who are in his same space. When that nigga says some shit, you believe it.
But how much do we contribute that to just the time period we're living in too? And that listeners were expecting a certain type of tonality from rappers at that time that was more monotonish, more detached. Then now it's more animated. Jay-Z's been on record telling Ludacris, if you were less animated, you would be in a lot of people's top 10 rappers. Like, he has a thing about being too overly animated. So I think part of that has to be the error too, right?
I mean,
that has to do with your entire brand and presentation, not just your technical ability, though. Eminem has many different voices and all that type of shit. So does Pusha T's character when he raps. I'm talking about that voice and character when you're rapping. When we say character, it's not about you playing different characters. It's the character of an emotion that you are conveying through your words. Where sometimes Jay-Z might say a joke and people don't know it's a joke. Jay-Z might say something that's supposed to be scary, and you don't know that it's scary. It's the same Jay-Z.
He wants that. He's that is exactly what he is intending. He wants to be.
Doesn't matter.
That behind the beat, like maybe you get it, maybe you don't. I may have something over you. I see what you're saying, because we've talked a lot on the show about Kendrick's vocal, let's say, dexterity and the way he'll use different characters in the voicing, and he perhaps uses his voicing in more shape. But if he's a rainbow, then I'm like, Jay-Z, let's say he's like working in black and whites, because as Curtis said, he doesn't want to be. He could be, but he doesn't want to be like Ludacris or whatever. But it's still a wide variety. Like, you know, when you watch black and white movie, that's like, wow, like it seems like color. Like there's a lot of color within the black and white. Like that's Jay-Z. And the way he uses his voice is very precise. There's still a lot of tonality that he's using in the voice to get you. I think it's just about even like when he disses OJ, right? In the story of OJ.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And the pause and the way he says okay communicates so much. He does that sort of shit. The way he talks on he does vary the way he talks more than you're giving him credit. And he's purposely not.
I don't think
thing that he's that, but he can. He just
let me respond to that. Let me respond to that.
Kind of like Jazzo at one point in time, like he exhibited that. He would give you some more of that color. I just think that's why I say, do we not bring in the time period that we're in, and that it was a more lucrative or even a more successful route for him to not go and lean on the extra color in his voice. Did he determine a whole lane by himself by making sure that he stuck to that? And are we living in a different time where now the general audience is more accepting of more animated voices? And I think there's a difference also we got to make sure between animated and cartoonish. Because I think there's some people who just flat out have a cartoonish voice that people say, I can't deal with a full album. And I don't think either one of Kendrick or Jay-Z have done that. But Jay-Z deserves, he for sure deserves it. I feel like if that's where the game went, the occasion.
Here's what I mean. I want to respond to the time period and the extremes of this. Does Jay-Z, because first of all, I have versatility as ability to see different to use different inflections, character, rhythmic patterns, and tempos. So tempos, your different tempos, Jay-Z got that. Rhythmic patterns, Jay-Z has that. Inflections, what you're talking about, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. I'm still in that same space, but you get the inflections to get what the emotion is in that. Character. Jay-Z is the same character. And what I'm trying to say is Jay-Z's a 7 or 8, because we know for a fact that there's other people whose characters are crazy at a 10. So we know that Busta Rhymes is a 10 when it comes to his character. So if he doesn't have he can't, Jay-Z can't be a 10 if Busta Rhymes is a 10. That's my point. If Busta Rhymes is a 10 and Kendrick Lamar is a 10, Jay-Z can't be a 10. He's probably a 7 or 8 when it comes to his character. And the characters that he can convey through his words. So that's why I put his versatility at an 8, because we're talking about 1 through 10. I'm saying he can't be at the top if there's people who are more than him. That doesn't make sense to me, technically.
It feels like this is the category that makes it the debate. Because every other category, it feels almost like when you're talking about like creator player stats, you're getting talking about 98 versus 99. Every other category feels that damn close. This one is the one that I think you can make a solid separation between the two in terms of the versatility. I think that just catalog alone, you hear more versatility, even in the production styles and who he chose to go to.
I mean, Jay-Z in the post-Tupac era was widely considered the greatest MC in the game, the most famous MC in the game, the most popular MC in the game for a very long time. We stopped talking about it because it's like, obviously it's Jay-Z. Kendrick has not had an equally long period where he is just widely considered the number one MC.
No.
Even right now, you don't have broad agreement that he's the number one MC. A lot of people think he is. A lot of people do not. People are still, which is crazy. People are still not putting him in their top 5 all time, which is insane.
I think the majority of hip hop culture knows that Kendrick. No, not even hip hop culture, and that's what's very important too. And when I talk about impact, the majority of culture knows that Kendrick is in the top 5. That's a guarantee. If we go on the street and be like, "Who's the best rapper right now?" 90% of people are going to say Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? Or it's going to 90. I'm inflating that, but a majority of people will say Kendrick Lamar is the best rapper right now. The greatest rapper of all time. It's going to be an array of people, and Kendrick's going to be in that top 5 conversation where he was not before. We have to we've even seen this on the street. One thing that a person put up there, and because this goes to what Curtis was saying about that's where we think Jay-Z might not win, is within the technical ability part, because we're talking about versatility.
Versatility, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's under the technical ability section. But what I want to say in the impact section or success, consistency. Is he a 10 in consistency when it comes to his impact? No.
Talking about Jay-Z?
Jay-Z's not a 10. Jay-Z has a lot of great albums, but especially after the Black Album, he goes hot, cold. We get, something dope, and then we get, Magna Carta. We get so the last 10 years, or should I say last 15, because he's been dormant for 6. It's been on off. So I mean,
I don't like your tone when you said Magna Carta, first of all, Torre. I don't like your tone when you said Magna Carta. The way you said that and just landed it like we're all in agreement with that. I didn't like the way you landed that, okay? Can I just put that out there? Can I judge your flow, complexity, and versatility when you said that right now? Okay? Put some respect on Magna Carta.
That album trash. How do you like that? You could rap, nigga. I respect your raps. How do you have that opinion?
Wait, that was the album where the first voice we heard was Justin Timberlake. I was like, nigga,
because he was hot at the time. That was clockwork. That shit was clockwork.
What an opportune time to bring that stat up. Who was even talking about that? Okay, what an opportune time. Doesn't that give an argument for his versatility then?
Added. Oh yeah, he made that rock album with
Linkin Park. He didn't make a rock album. They mashed a rock
album. It matters.
But now we're getting into like Prince versus MJ territory, because Michael Jackson has no whack albums, but he came out once every 4 years, like Kendrick. Prince and Jay-Z have some whack albums. Prince has no whack albums before Diamonds and Pearls, but like after that, you start to get some whack albums. And after Symbol album, it really falls off a cliff.
Wait a minute. I like this point because it's relating to the MJ and LeBron point in how people talk about how MJ has 6 finals wins and he won all of them, and LeBron was there more. So you're trying to say that these niggas made more albums and you got to give them credit for albums?
No, I'm saying that the consistency point is a little bit complicated for somebody who makes a lot versus somebody who chooses to think a lot and
Don't
release
make shit. Stop making bad albums. What are you talking about? Why would you stop making bad albums? One person has the wherewithal to be like, you know what? This is trash, and doesn't put it out.
But you know what? You got to give a little bit of life to it, because when you're trailblazing a path, it makes it easier for the next person coming after you to not make the same mistakes. So perhaps that's why we got less albums from a Kendrick, is because Kendrick doesn't want to release a Blueprint 2.1
or a Magna Carta. But anyway,
whoa, wait a minute. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's be civil here.
You're building my argument with arguing for Magna Carta. I mean, my God, this nigga, the tones, the flows, the lyrics, he influenced everybody to stop using a pen. Like, my God,
his influence is a 10.
There were years
11.
and years where every MC was like, obviously it's Hove. Hove got it. Like, to see like real New York niggas be like, yo, Hove got it. Like, it was.
Look, Magna Carta influenced people to use a Samsung phone.
Hey, Samsung's is hot right now. They hot. That Android.
Curtis an idiot.
No, let me get to this last point that you guys talked about. The art. Oh shit! I just lost it when he made the Samsung thing, and I started thinking about that. Let me get back to this. The influence. We were talking about influence and impact on music and genre as a culture, right? The influence that Kendrick has. I want to say that I think that Kendrick's influence is somewhat nuanced, and sometimes people don't even recognize it. Like Jid is a Kendrick baby. Like Jid is. There's so many people on Dreamville that's Kendrick. The flows that everyone has a lot nowadays is that, but especially now, like Curtis said, that the West Coast boom comes from Kendrick. Like that whole song I be talking about, or that gang gang. Do you gang bang? Like that song, I don't think goes if GNX didn't come out. I don't think the West revival
regionally it definitely gets to say
goes in the way that it has, where we all want it. It's a great song. I love that song, but I'm a West Coast nigga at heart, so I be loving West Coast music.
Not with that Boston Celtics gear you on, but go ahead.
You West Coast nigga at heart. You West Coast nigga at heart.
I'm a West Coast nigga at heart. My soul is, from the East Coast. I'm saying I love hip hop, so I love West Coast music. I don't like DJ Quick beats that much. But I love DJ Quick. I don't like his beats as much because that's why everybody hates on me.
I sentenced you to 4 hours of Magna Carta on you. How dare you? Who do you think you are, Mr. Green?
Make him listen to Little B.
And I love Bay Area hip hop the most, but out of the West Coast. But DJ Quick is a GOAT. I'm just talking about how everybody be liking all his beats, and I'm like, yo, y'all like all his beats?
He got a signature sound. It's his sound.
He does.
How did we get on the Quick talk? How did I get onto the Quick side of fucking TikTok? Oh my God.
This dude. But the statement though I'm trying to say is that the West, we can agree that the West had a revival because of GNX, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's that influence, that's that impact of him.
I'm really fucking with my camera right now. It's really
you fucking up hard right now.
My camera's
hairs and all that. Look, this ain't that kind of stream, man. Come on, no clout work around here. Come on, relax.
Oh my God, thank you, fucking AI.
This is a hard bar right here.
TPAB made all genres look like stick figure drawings.
That's a bar.
That's good. That's good.
That's a bar. Oh, we got some super chats that I've been ignoring. Let me get to those because y'all look like y'all ain't got shit to say anyway.
And when you're doing the super chat, have a glance. I mean, I already know what it is, but have a glance at the chat. Are they? Is it 100% Kendrick, or is there any Jay-Z love?
I'll do a poll.
We should do a poll. Yeah, do a poll.
I'll do a poll, but we know the answer.
I mean,
This chat?
the niggas who come to our shit are gonna say fucking Kendrick. But
And then make the third selection is Magna. Why is Magna Carta the greatest? Just make that the third selection. Magna Carta.
Okay, got you. Dot is prophetic. My top three is Kendrick, Jigga, Nas. That just couldn't have been said before. K Dot is the wildest dreams of Pac. If he was able to live out his full life, and DMX, if he potentially didn't have a shelf life with lyrical ability that rivals Jay, Big, and Black Thought, along with the storytelling of Nas and Rakim, he's correct.
Sure,
he's correct. He's a freaking Thanos of hip hop.
I mean, K Dot is a far better rapper technically than Tupac by miles.
Here's the thing with Nas. Yes, Nas is in the GOAT conversation. We have no problem if he's number one, but we know for a fact that there's a drop off. Yet, like when we're talking about catalog, this isn't basketball, and just getting to the show, it's not that hard to drop an album, so we can't give him LeBron credit for getting to the finals. I could drop 15 albums in 2 days. Them shits would be trash, though. Like, what the fuck we talking about?
No, wait. You can't make that comparison. You got to say them 10 albums that was top 10 every single time. You just didn't get number one.
What do you mean?
Because LeBron went to the finals. Like, let's not act like he just appeared and in the finals. He appeared in the finals. You got to give some credit to.
No, I give credit to LeBron. I'm giving credit. It doesn't work with music, though. You can't give credit for the album.
I mean, we all love and revere Nas on this show. You know, if he's not in your top five, do you really understand hip hop? But I think that the argument in 2025 for number one is Kendrick versus Jay. I think there's just a couple of smidges that leave Nas at third at best for me. If you said Nas is your number one, I have no problem with that. If he's not your top five, you're ridiculous.
Especially when he did the last few albums that he's had at this age, making this quality of music and being up for the Grammy nods, like that says a lot about the quality of the music that he's making right now. Where a lot of artists, no matter how great they are, they don't tend to get to that place.
To that point, nigga was what? Jay-Z was what, 50 years old, talking about God did for fucking 64 bars, an incredible fucking feature at fucking 50 years old.
Yeah,
kidding me?
So maybe we have to wait 10 years before we have that conversation again about Kendrick. Is what you're saying?
No, the careers are there now. Malice is the best rapper of the year. First of all, Malice is the best rapper of the year. 52 years old, but does his catalog and his career look like Kendrick Lamar's? No, that's why we're not talking about that. So Jay-Z's verse, great. Yes, he could rap. He's Jay-Z. Thank you for that amazing verse. But does your career look like Kendrick Lamar's? That's what we're talking about. Does your body of work, does your output, does your influence look like that, nigga?
I mean, you suggest that Jay-Z has not had an incredible career.
No, I said that, look right? Like. Did I say that your shit's trash?
Jay-Z's got a lot of incredible albums.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yes, a lot. With a lot of bad ones.
Can we be making a similar argument? I know you hate the sports analogy, but can we make a similar argument in that people will say, well, Jordan had stiffer competition in the 90s than LeBron had in the 2010s. If I'm looking at what's prioritized in mainstream rap, it hasn't been lyricism. So the person that does emerge is going to get a lot more. It's a lot more fanfare and celebration by default.
You can look at it two ways, though, that it's harder for you to be a lyrical person in today's age versus when people want you to be lyrical and then you're hot. So you could look at it two ways. It might be, how the fuck did this nigga become the number one nigga in the world? He had to lyrically destroy the nigga that don't care about shit and made lyricism look like it means nothing. Drake made lyricism look like it means nothing because Drake was just I just happen to do this, and I have 4 niggas who write bars for me. I'm just the greatest because I'm great.
Hey,
Great, Drake, because I'm Drake.
Kendrick
came in
Jay-Z never had to deal with the right-wing hip-hop regime.
ever.
And that he had to take down so that hip-hop could finally reemerge to its roots. And look at what Kendrick did. He done got rid of all them OVO maggers. And look at where we're at now. This is incredible. They lose the lawsuits. This shit is incredible. Come on, man. Magna Carta for the win.
I don't even know Magna Carta for the win. I don't know if he got rid of the MAGAs or started the MAGAs. Just like you could kind of blame Obama for the MAGAs. Like they was already hateful, and then they see him be at the top, and they're like, I hate this nigga. Hard R. Like, I don't know, man. Either way, it's a discussion that I feel we need to put to bed. Toure, just accept it. Number one.
Not yet. Not yet. You're only on the 15th hole. Jay-Z's in the clubhouse. Scorecard's a little bit better than yours. And you know what? If Jay-Z drops an album this year and that shit is hot, we're going to have this conversation again. It's going to be a problem.
Oh, no. If Jay-Z drops,
how hot does it need to be in order for this
44 at least?
That's a great question. It can't be Magna Carta. It's got to be some fucking...
I don't know, GNX hot?
I mean, basically.
Wait, to you guys, is GNX as good or better or worse than 444? They're both their last albums, GNX and 444. To you guys,
no, because 444 had to happen in order for audience to be as accepting of Mr. Morale.
3,000%,
yeah. I think
444 is more influential and more important than Mr. Morale and GNX. Because I don't think you get Chromacopia. I don't think you get Mr. Morale without 444.
Yeah. I think you get them, but I don't know if you get the same reception across the board.
I think that you don't. I think you don't get them.
I don't know how to compare those two data points.
I gotta run these polls.
That fucking to have a guy like Jay-Z, the ego, the image, the swagger, and the bravado. The whole shit of I only win, to come out and be like, I am really sorry, honey. I cheated on you. I was a moron. That was horrible. I mean, like all the things that you should say if being caught cheating, like in public, in front of everybody, like holy fucking shit. Like that is a monumental moment in Jay-Z's career, in the history of hip hop. That is an area that we never go to. Who has made a record anything like that?
Well, you could make the same argument for Auntie Diaries, couldn't you? For Kendrick? When do we have that kind of a conversation brought? That's not, to me, that's not already a rollout. Like when I think about Macklemore's song, I think of like, that felt like it was an emergency time. The time was just ready for a song. He just made the song for that. Because he took advantage of an opportunity in the time. But that Auntie Diaries, especially in Black communities, like having these conversations broadly was pretty damn revolutionary in that time. And it was an album that people tried to convince up and down, oh, that's the worst one in the catalog. Yet that's the one that broke all these damn records on tour. Because look at the show that he put together from there. We didn't get. I don't know if I missed that when I stepped out. But did you guys talk about live performance comparisons?
Oh shit, we fucked up.
No.
We fucked up.
That right there is, oh no.
Jay-Z's got a 3 compared to that nigga Kendrick Lamar. I like Jay-Z show. You don't even like Jay-Z show, Toure.
When I go to Jay-Z concerts, most of the time, and this is like earlier Jay-Z was hot, would come out and he stood there. I'm just standing there. I'm not entertaining you guys. But it would be hot. Around a certain point, I became like, the subtext is, oh, he's just back for more cash. I just stand here. I don't put any thought into any of this shit. I just stand here and say the raps, and y'all gonna love it. And like, that's what, and Kendrick is a performer. Kendrick is a fucking showman. I remember the fucking Kung Fu Kenny tour when he was on stage alone most of the time, doing like with the Kung Fu fucking
choreography, all of that, yeah.
This nigga, he don't dance, but he moves, he performs, he's got concepts. He puts a lot. Jay-Z's like, Jay-Z kind of comes from an era when the drug dealer does not smile, because I don't want any of y'all to think that I am soft for a second. So you tell the funniest joke, niggas is in the club like screw face. I don't dance. I don't write. Like I'm hard. So that is part of like who part of the core of who Jay-Z is. My father left me when I was 10, and I loved my father, and my heart was forever broken by that. And I will never feel like that again. So I will never put my heart out again. So we thought he was the coolest motherfucker. He's restraining his emotions like a drug dealer, like a traumatized child who's like, y'all never gonna hurt me again. So like this is not an excuse, but the stage show stems from, I'm not here to entertain you. I am the drug dealer.
That's fucking bullshit. But that's fucking bullshit. But if you take performance, that's MCing, being able to perform for the greatest rapper conversation. I've never put the performance thing in it, but if you do put that in it, there's like this is not a conversation about Kendrick versus Jay-Z if performance is in it. But look at who we put. Like people put MF Doom, people put Andre 3000, people put all these rappers that you never even seen perform in their GOAT conversation, because we're talking about like the recording artist rapper when we talk about that. But if we're putting performance in the MCing into that shit, like there's Busta, Mos Def, Kanye West is a great performer. That's being an artist fully. That's a different conversation to me. But but that is a great point to put that whole Jay-Z shit to bed. Like this, we don't even got to talk about that. Let me say one thing. Poll says Kendrick 83%.
Oh, that was not surprising, especially But I'll say this: Jay-Z was for a lot of MCs in terms of breath control, in terms of the clarity he performed with, in terms of the way that he was able to sound like the records right off of the albums. That was a standard that rappers studied. The Black Album documentary, or what was it called? What was the documentary called? It's escaping me right. The documentary, like that.
Oh, Hard Knock.
No, not the Hard Knock.
The Black Album documentary.
The Black Album documentary.
Yeah,
that was a standard for a lot of folks because that's what the time called for. I think the idea of a rapper having, Fade to Black. Yeah. I think the idea of what more can be done was evolved very recent. And that you see rappers specifically. They've, when you do award shows, you always see the choreography behind them and the dancers, but taking it to where there's an actual theme attached to what you got going on. Like I remember seeing even Nas towards the latter part of his career do Illmatic the whole album through, and then I saw Queens behind him, and it was a stage, but he didn't really interact with it. It wasn't really skits that went on. That started to evolve now to where like it's almost an expected thing if you in an arena or a stadium. So yeah, man, I think we are in uncharted ground, and Kendrick is definitely killing that, especially with this last tour for GNX.
3000% agree with you, and I that's why I say I like Jay-Z's performance. But don't
you dare bring that poll up while I'm trying to make my point at the end of it. You try to throw me off right now. That ain't cool, King.
No, but the poll is doing good
cool,
for you. Yo, Curtis, I'm just saying.
I'm glad I didn't read that. Almost threw me off.
I'm just saying.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Look, it's only 76 votes. So nobody wants to let you know how they really feel because they're currently listening to Magna Carta. So there.
The boy said, why is Magna Carta poll that close? It should be 90%. Yes, you are correct.
It's hella close.
I don't like that.
That's hella close.
Alone.
I mean, I thought I was helping you out.
There's a fucking generation where Jay-Z was the epitome of a rapper. The way he dressed, the way he talked, the way he moved. This is what a rapper should be. I mean, I think folks taking that poll may not even remember that period, may have been in middle school or younger when that was the thing. But like, just there's so much that this guy did in the music that was so powerful. I feel like this conversation is not Kendrick's having an unbelievable career.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, Jay be fucking spitting triple entendres that niggas don't even notice.
Still to this, like, there's some I'm still catching because I finally bought the book where he breaks down all of his lyrics.
Coded.
Cody, yeah, I finally got years later. I finally got to really sit with it, especially now as I've matured. To when it first came out, I'm reading it. I'm just like, this reads like an author talking about his former books. And I'm like, I didn't realize how much depth some of these songs had.
Right. See, where's Green now? See, Jay-Z on the book front, he kills Kendrick Lamar.
Well, we ain't got no books from Kendrick though. That's
just like Lamar got an elephant, MJ don't.
I heard where's Green now? What we talking about?
Oh, Jay-Z on the book front. Jay-Z murders Kendrick. Kendrick ain't got no books. Jay-Z got one of the best hip-hop books ever.
You know, somewhere the boogeyman is listening. There's gonna be a book that drops before the end of this year.
Right.
You can just deal with that.
Whose wife is hotter?
Whose wife is hotter is crazy. That's crazy.
$1 million in the bank.